This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a man is facing multiple charges after he allegedly pointed a gun at someone in West Forks.
Somerset County Sheriff's deputies were sent to Barry's General Store in West Forks for a disturbance around 1:30 this morning. Chief Deputy Michael Mitchell says Brandon and Jillian Berry told police they woke up to the sound of their vehicle running. They discovered 28-year-old Edward Baker inside the vehicle, and he'd allegedly fired a gun through the windshield. Baker had also allegedly pointed the gun at Brandon Berry. Deputy Mitchell says the Berrys and a neighbor were able to subdue Baker and secure the gun until law enforcement could arrive. Baker is facing a variety of charges, including criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon and burglary. His bail is set at $25,000 cash.
Meanwhile, 4 people, including a mother and son, have been arrested on drug trafficking charges in East Machias. Deputies from the Washington County Sheriff's Office and agents from the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency arrested 61-year-old Tammy Davis and her 39-year-old son, Nicholas Ames, both of East Machias. 33-year-old Jermaine Henry and 27-year-old Rashawn Howard, both from the Bronx, New York, were also arrested. MDA Commander Peter Arno says during the search of a Jacksonville Road home in East Machias, authorities seized suspected fentanyl, 78 grams of suspected crack cocaine, and almost $2,500 in suspected drug proceeds. All 4 were taken to the Washington County Jail. Bail for Henry and Howard is set at $50,000 cash. Bail for Davis and Ames will be set by the court.
A chaotic scene outside the Natural Living Center grocery store today after a car hit the front of the building. The call came in just before 10 o'clock, reporting a car had crashed into the building on Longview Drive. And as you can see on your screen, the car didn't actually breach the building, but did cause some damage to the exterior. Bangor Fire and police were on scene immediately to assess the damage.
The driver's not injured. Feels like they mixed up the gas and the brake pedal and just into the building. We have the code enforcement from the city of Bangor coming over just to take a look. It doesn't appear that anything's structural.
Lieutenant Bean said as long as the code enforcement officer gives employees an okay, the business should be able to remain open.
Well, a Maine National Guard soldier accused of raping a fellow soldier during a drill weekend has been convicted of aggravated assault. David Sear is serving 90 days in jail after pleading no contest in exchange for prosecutors dropping 2 charges of gross sexual assault last month. The charges levied against Sear stemmed from a 2019 incident in which he was accused of assaulting a woman after drills in Washington County. The Bangor Daily News reports that the plea deal means Sear doesn't have to register as a sex offender. His attorney said Sear maintains his innocence.
Well, it's no secret Maine is experiencing a housing crisis. That was the center of a discussion in Augusta today. Devin Dagnalt has more.
Wednesday, the USDA and leaders from all over the state met in Augusta for a roundtable discussion on how to address Maine's affordable housing crisis. Joaquin El Toro, administrator for the USDA Rural Housing Service, says it is a bipartisan issue that needs action immediately.
When it comes to the conversation of housing, the challenges and the opportunities do not sit on just one person's shoulders. We have to understand that it truly takes a village.
According to Rhiannon Hampson, Maine State Director of USDA's Rural Development, one tool to combat the crisis is loans that have been made available through the USDA from President Biden's Build Back Better program. Through Section 502 loans, the USDA is helping Maine families either build or move into homes they wouldn't be able to otherwise with 0% down. Dan Churchill, a resident of Bridgeton, Maine, is a single father of twins who has been able to build and move into a brand new home with the help of the USDA. Churchill says that becoming a homeowner has not only helped him feel more secure, but it has also helped his 2 sons grow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And watching them, they thrive. And so just being at the house, playing around the yard, it's off a main, it's not on a main road anymore, so I don't have to worry about the traffic. It's everything that I wanted for them. And so that, to me, was worth all the headaches I went through the whole entire process.
Churchill is just one of many success stories from the USDA loan program. According to Altoro, the USDA plans on expanding its loan program and other programs like it in the near future to help Mainers through the worsening housing crisis. Those gathered say there is a lot more work to do to solve Maine's housing crisis. For more information about the loans, visit rd.usda.gov. In Augusta, I'm Devin Dagnold for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Nearly $2.5 million is coming to Maine to strengthen its forest economy. The investment from the U.S. Forest Service's Wood Innovations Grant and Community Wood Grant programs will help 4 businesses across the state, most of them in our region. The funding was requested by Senators Susan Collins and Angus King earlier this year. And in a joint statement, they said, quote, "The future of Maine's forest products industry is bright with new technologies like cross-laminated timber and biomass energy. The historic sector has a chance to overcome obstacles of the last few decades and restore jobs in our state's logging communities," end quote.
Charter Communications has extended broadband services in the city of Ellsworth. The company says it's all part of its investment of more than $3 million in projects in rural Maine. The Spectrum fiber optic network expansion project will bring full spectrum services to more than 1,500 homes in Ellsworth. City Manager Glenn Mosier says it's a step forward in their goal of expanding broadband access to everyone who lives in Ellsworth.
Since the pandemic, the city staff has worked really hard at finding new opportunities and ways to expand broadband throughout the city of Ellsworth, with the ultimate goal of bringing 100% to all of the citizens in the city of Ellsworth to have high speed, reliable, and affordable broadband.
Charter Communications estimates there are still about 46,000 Mainers who still don't have high-speed internet access. A spokesperson says the company is working hard to change that number and expand broadband to more Mainers.
Well, the Bangor Humane Society is asking for the public's patience as they move to a limited schedule after a COVID outbreak amongst their staff. Limited hours at the Humane Society BHS is usually open 12 to 6 p.m. 6 days a week to match humans with their new best fur friend. But right now, they're only going to be open from 12 to 3 p.m. The shelter says a member of their animal care staff came down with COVID and the illness spread to 5 other animal care team members. Now that work is falling on other staff.
And that means that our front of house staff, who also helps with outback stuff too, but now the onus of that is sort of falling to them, and we just can't manage to do well both customer service and animal care, so we've got to prioritize.
The shortened hours mean the remaining staff members can shift their focus to animal care in the meantime. They're hoping to resume normal hours of operation next week. Ravenscraft says the shortened hours do not affect donation drop-offs. However, you can still drop off blankets, pet food, and other essential items at the front of the building. They are always in need of those donations.
And certainly lots of work goes into running that place and caring for those animals, so hoping everyone can make a quick recovery very soon.
Yeah, hoping they bounce back and get back to those more expanded hours that, the animals have kind of a better shot. The more people that come in, the better. Yeah,
and also just another good opportunity to make people aware that there are a lot of animals out there that need the help.
Indeed. All right, well, taking a look outside, it was a beautiful day. A little windy, though, I must say.
Oh, yeah.
Let's turn things over and take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth and Peter, happy Wednesday. Your first weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreational Offices in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono. And okay, for us, temperatures up near 80 again today. It's got to end, right? It's going to end soon. 73 in Millinocket, 77 in Bar Harbor. We'll take it, but tomorrow, cooler temperatures are on the way. Some clouds out there today, even a couple of sprinkles across parts of the area. That will clear out tonight. We have lots of clear skies in the forecast tonight. That could mean a little bit of dense fog late as all of this kind of pulls out of here. We're in for a couple of very nice days into the weekend. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly clear skies and comfortable with lows back in the 50s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Peter.
Definitely cooler overnight than last night, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I am too. Things got a little bit muggy, but hey, That's not sticking around.
We're over it.
Exactly. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, 2 Maine schools have been ranked among the best higher education institutions in the country. We'll tell you which ones.
And the town of Brownville named 3 of its bridges in honor of citizens who lost their lives fighting for our country. Those stories and much more when ABC 7 News at 6 comes right back.
Offensive and divisive. That's Paul LePage's legacy. But it's not just what he said as governor. It's what he did. LePage slashed funding for cancer screenings for women. He refused to invest in clean energy, kicked over 1,000 seniors off their prescription drug program, and even opposed funding to Meals on Wheels. So, if that's what Paul LePage did last time he was governor, we can't send him back. The top funder of A Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
People with plaque psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis are rethinking the choices they make, like the splash they create, the way they exaggerate, or the surprises they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats differently. For psoriasis, you can achieve clear skin with Otezla. For psoriatic arthritis, Otezla is proven to reduce joint swelling, tenderness, and pain. And the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla can cause serious allergic reactions. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
Molly.
Hey, John.
Your car's all set to go.
Good. Have a good one. Hey, John.
Hi, Molly.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to see you, too. Hey, Molly.
Hey, John. How are you?
Good.
Come on in.
We're your neighbor, your friend, your banker. Scout Heating Savings.
Do you have leaky pipes? Are you planning a plumbing job? Is your heating system working right? Are you designing a plumbing project? Then contact Harley's Plumbing and Heating Plus.
If your toilet will not flush, Harley will be there in a rush. Furnace bit the dust today. Harley crew is on the way. Harley Plumbing, Harley Heating.
990-2200.
Call now.
Harley!
Call or visit online.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. 3 Maine schools have been ranked among the best higher education institutions in the country. U.S. News & World Report's 2023 Best Colleges list named the University of Maine at Presque Isle among the top tier of best regional colleges in the North and the top 20 public schools in the North. It also named the school in the top 10 regional colleges in the North for graduates with the least debt and the top 30 regional colleges in the North for social mobility. University of Maine at Presque Isle President Ray Rice says it's an honor to be recognized in these 4 categories.
It really tells us that the efforts we're making to ensure that the programs are not only affordable, but also that they're structured in a way that it helps our students to succeed. It shows us that we're definitely doing the right thing.
University of Maine and University of Maine at Machias ranked in the top performers on social media, social mobility, and top public schools. The University of Maine at Machias was also included in the list of top national liberal arts colleges.
Well, the town of Brownville named 3 of its bridges in honor of citizens who lost their lives fighting for our country. Matthew Jurancic has the story.
For purple mountains, majesties.
Wednesday morning, the Brownville community gathered at 3 of its bridges to rename them after 3 veterans who lost their lives fighting overseas. Gary Larson, who lost his brother Stanley Larson while defending Outpost Harry during the Korean War, says the recognition shows how much the town cares about those who served.
It says that the people here in Brownville appreciate the sacrifices that he made And we as a family, appreciate all that the town has done.
The bridge renaming process began early last October when Brownville Junction Historical Society member Dan Peters presented a proposal at a select persons meeting, with Senator Paul Davis moving into legislature to sign. The bridge in Brownville Village will now be known as the Stanley Smith Larson Memorial Bridge. The Brownville Junction Bridge will be renamed as the Edward Fredonia Stone Memorial Bridge, and the Millinocket Road Bridge was rededicated as the Eldon Howard Cale Memorial Bridge. In front of each bridge, the color guard started off a ceremony, which was followed by a prayer and comments from Senator Davis and Representative Richard Evans. Davis says this is a way we can thank those who put their lives on the line for us.
Remember the sacrifice that they gave us. They gave their lives. They gave everything, so that we could be free.
Family members of those being honored also had the chance to say a few words. The day was an emotional roller coaster for many of these families.
It's great that they've done this in his honor. He did give his life for his country, and at a young age, leaving 5 kids behind.
For us, to have this bridge named after him is extremely special, given that it wasn't just him that served. He served along with 3 of his brothers, and he was the one that didn't come home.
Peters said that people who cross the bridge should be grateful for the lives they currently have.
I would like people to view the sign as they cross the bridge, to come to a realization that freedom is not free. I would like everyone to live their lives as Stanley Smith Larson dreamed of living his.
Reporting from Brownville, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Some very touching words there.
Yeah, and a great way to honor those veterans and their families.
Indeed. Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, the Bangor Historical Society is hosting a night at the museum, If Portraits Could Talk.
And in sports, the Portland Sea Dogs are just 1 win away from clinching their first playoff berth since 2014. We'll hear from some of the players ahead of tonight's big game against Somerset. That story right after the break.
I earned my retirement. I worked over 40 years for it. But Bruce Poliquin doesn't get it. He's a Wall Street banker and congressman who took all that money from the drug and insurance industries, then voted for devastating cuts to Medicare and risking Social Security. Poliquin even supported raising the retirement age. Bruce Poliquin is all about corporations and multimillionaires like himself, not us. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
No matter who you are, being yourself can be tough when you have severe asthma. Triggers can pop up out of nowhere, causing inflammation that can lead to asthma attacks. But no matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over that proactively reduces inflammation, which means you could have fewer attacks, breathe better, and relieve your asthma symptoms. So you can be you, whoever you are. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions like rash or an eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. By helping control your asthma, Tespire can help you be you. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
At Home Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring in Dover Foxcroft are proud members of the Flooring Network here in Maine. We have our flooring installers on staff ready for you and your custom flooring project. With over 50 years of combined experience, we'll work with you from start to finish, including demo and cleanup. Backed by the Flooring Network's state-of-the-art warehouses, we have a massive inventory to provide you with the best value and fit any flooring budget you may have. So stop in, meet our flooring experts, and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Here's your chance to win a VIP trip to Times Square and $1 million live on national television. Enter Maine Lottery's first Millionaire of the Year promotion today, and you and a guest could win an exciting trip to New York City and appear on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Don't miss your chance to become the next Powerball First Millionaire of the Year. The countdown is on. There's a million reasons to play. So get your Powerball ticket and enter for a chance to win.
Put a little more cash in your bank
Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We will start with some news out of the University of Maine. Field hockey has really been rolling lately behind some great play from Mia Borley. And on Tuesday, Borley was recognized for those efforts. She was named the America East Defensive Player of the Week. She posted an 8-save shutout on Friday, her 15th shutout as a Black Bear, and then stopped 8 of 9 shots on goal on Sunday, leading Maine to 2 weekend victories, finishing the weekend with .5 goals allowed average and a .942 save percentage. Now, Maine looks to stay hot. Sunday the 18th is when they're back in action, heading to Northeastern to wrap up that non-conference schedule. All right, moving on now, and let's head to some baseball. I don't think the Sox are making the playoffs this year. I hate to break it to you all who may be hanging on, pulling for that small chance. But as for the Sea Dogs, hey, a win and they're in. The Portland Sea Dogs are just 1 win away from clinching their first playoff spot in 8 years. And the Dogs can get it done with a win at Somerset Wednesday night, with the first pitch being thrown at the bottom of the hour. Monday night, the Sea Dogs pulled out an extra innings thriller, beating the Patriots 10-9 in 11 innings. Now, barring an unforeseen collapse, 2011 Red Sox, the Sea Dogs will meet Somerset in the division championship round beginning next Tuesday at Hadlock. We spoke with manager Chad Epperson before the Dogs' trip to New York about a potential Sox-Yankees AA playoff showdown.
You look at the schedule and you start seeing Somerset right at the end, who obviously is a big rival and our parent club all the way down through our system. So you kind of had an idea it was probably going to come down to that if we were going to be in it. And sure enough, here we are.
It's always fun being in a playoff chase. As a player, no matter what level you're on, you always want to win a championship.
Yeah, that's the goal, win a championship. Let's move on to some football now. The Patriots, they're on to Pittsburgh this week, on the road again, facing the Steelers. And they're a little banged up after that Week 1 loss to Miami. Almost adding injury to insult, right? Mac Jones had x-rays on his back. Those came back negative, but still something to watch. He was a full participant in practice today. That's some good news. And then they lost their lone touchdown scorer. Ty Montgomery, one of my favorite offseason pickups for New England. He was moved to the injured reserve earlier in the week with an ankle injury, as if the offense could get any less productive, right? They are now preparing for a Pittsburgh defense that forced 5 interceptions in Week 1, but still needed overtime and some luck to take a win over Cincy. Coach Belichick says the Pats offense, they're in for a real treat this week down in Pittsburgh.
Just overall a good complementary defense. Linebackers are fast. They have a good front. They play a lot of people. And their secondary is kind of a ball hawking secondary. They go after the ball and read the quarterback well. Do a good job of breaking on the throw and closing space quickly. It's an athletic defense with some good, powerful people inside.
All right, that should be a good one. Sunday, 1 p.m. That is all the time we have for sports. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, Tyler, thank you. Your full weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. And all right, so here we go. The temperature results are in from the month of August, and August came back as the 6th warmest August on record globally. That's land and ocean temperatures. So on this map, red's above average, blue is below. Lots of red on the map during the month of August. Out there for us today, above average temperatures once again, 78 here in Bangor, 77 Bar Harbor. You're like, when are we going to pay for this? Well, that's coming as cooler temperatures are on the way. Right now, though, the wind is out of the northwest, around 15 sustained, getting gusts near 30, making waves on the lakes today for sure. Bringing that nice breeze in the house, though, for sure, too. That will die down tonight. It's also pushing the allergens around, though. Look what's going on here. Tree pollen's okay, but grass pollen, moderate. Weed is also moderate, too. So get ready. If you're sniffling in seasons, could be a reason why. All right, so typically our leaves start changing about now, but they kind of reach their peak later, basically early parts of October. So we got a ways to go, but it's going to happen pretty quickly now. We're in mid-September as the temperatures are going to start dropping, and of course we're losing lots of daylight in there as well. All right, so lots of cloud cover out there currently. They will begin to break up tonight, and we're in for a couple of very nice days around here. In fact, lots of sunshine tomorrow, also for Friday, and probably Saturday too, but cooler temperatures are on the way. No more 80s for you for a while. We're going to cool off into the 60s pretty much for the rest of the week. As all of this is pulling out of here, cooler, drier Canadian air is on the way, and it's going to really kind of change our lives for a couple days around here. All right, for tonight, though, no worries at all. There could be a little bit of dense fog late. It's hard to get dense fog, though, with the wind being so strong. And then tomorrow, same story. We're looking at lots of sunshine throughout the day tomorrow, also on Friday and probably Saturday. A gorgeous weekend is on the way. One or two models want to bring a quick shower through here late Friday. Most likely not going to happen. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is lots of clear skies out there and still breezy. Look for low temperatures near 50. I mean, a couple of you could dip your toes in the upper 40s tonight with that northwest wind that could gust near 20. For tomorrow, all right, here we go. Look at this, though. Lots of sunshine and windy. That's a 64. It was near 80 today. So here we go. We're going to feel that with that northwest wind gusting near 25 through the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow, lots of sunshine, 64. Notice how there's not much of a recovery here, 65 for Friday. In the 60s over the weekend with plenty of sunshine, followed by maybe a couple of rain showers later on Sunday afternoon. Beth and Peter.
That's a really nice-looking, mild stretch of weather right
It
there.
It is, yeah, surely a cool down, but one that I'm inviting for sure.
I would say so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, well, there's still more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Jared Golden promised to watch out for us, even campaigned as a fighter against Biden's reckless spending that he knew would make inflation worse. But 3 days later, Jared Golden cast a deciding vote for Biden's newest wasteful spending bill that experts say will hike taxes by billions on those making under $200,000. Maine families are already struggling too much on Jared Golden's watch. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
When it comes to finding the right health insurance for your small business, it can feel like you're the only one looking out for the well-being of your team. But when you partner with a nonprofit health insurer who not only understands your needs as a business owner, but puts your people over their profits, it allows your business to keep doing what it does best. With a team who can take comfort in knowing they're cared for, people over profits. Now that's a novel idea. Get a quote from your broker or visit healthoptions.org.
When Marilyn Monroe Spas wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Life is your red carpet. Walk it like a Hollywood star with a visit to Marilyn Monroe Spas. Our hair, nail, massage, and skincare services will leave you feeling legendary.
Tonight, enormous crowds and the world pay tribute as Queen Elizabeth II lies in state. The historic final goodbye. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on all of television.
Finally tonight, the Bangor Historical Society is hosting a night at the museum if portraits could talk. Next Wednesday, September 21st, you can join the team for a fundraising night at the Thomas A. Hill House on Union Street. The goal of the event is to solve a mystery puzzle using different clues and find your way around the museum.
We're going to be having clues leading to different objects and parts and pieces of different paintings to kind of tell this story. So you got to take the hints and find the correct painting or object or clothing that we're going to have out.
The mystery puzzle will have 2 levels, one family-friendly and less intense, and another for more experienced puzzle devotees. Bishop says the night will be full of mystery, with most of the evening based on historical events with some creativity mixed in. Devil's Half-Acre Distillery will be sampling some drinks, and Bishop said there will also be plenty of food as you take your journey back in time. Tickets start at $25 for members and $40 for non-members. Sounds like a really interesting opportunity, and a lot is kind of left up for interpretation there too. So yeah, sounds like a cool time though nonetheless.
A great way to learn something about the artifacts that are in there, for sure.
I bet.
And then kind of having to use your powers of deductive reasoning to, you know, figure out how the clues relate to these works of art. So definitely a lot of brain power involved there. It's a good thing they're going to have food.
Yeah,
that
food.
Sounds like hungry work.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of thinking leads to hunger, I think. Right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yep.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.